The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
This is Just for Kicks. Broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco. Now, your hosts, Judy Trammell, Haley Anderson, and Kelly Fenglass.
Hi, everybody. It's Kelly Fenglass and Judy Trammell, and today we are joined by Tess, DCC of 4 years, and we are so glad for everybody to join us on Just for Kicks. It's really kind of girl talk, but we think guys just might want to listen. Hi, Judy. Hi, Tess.
Hey, Kelly.
I've never been so excited. I know.
I really do miss this. I miss our chaos. I really do. Can't believe I'm saying that.
Yeah, I can't either. I don't know if chaos is what I miss, but I definitely miss interaction between us. And I think that probably means more to women. They say in all these studies that women like to talk more and interact more. So it's proof. I think I kind of hit a low this weekend. And Judy, I know you were kind of having a low last week. How's everybody doing right now?
We are doing good. It's just hard, you know. My husband and I are both working from home, and so you collide a little bit. We're trying to
collide a little bit.
Yeah, his phone is really loud. He's got the old-fashioned phone. It's really loud.
Judy, I can't believe you said that. Okay, in our third segment, we're going to talk about what is driving us crazy, but I cannot stand the notification alert when I hear texts going off on Joel's phone. It's driving me crazy. He says he doesn't know how to change it. It's too loud. It's driving me crazy. That's so funny. But we're going to save all those good bits of what's driving us crazy for the third segment. What we want to do today is we're going to visit with Tess, and then we're going to find out what Tess has been doing because she is in Louisiana, and then when we come back we'll find out what Judy and I have been doing in our homes and in shelter, and then finally I want to do a round robin with you guys and find out what you found, what you've learned, and what's driving you crazy. So Tess, tell us a little bit. On a happy note, you had your birthday yesterday at home in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
happy birthday.
Thank you. I had a little bit of anxiety about, having a birthday during quarantine. I'm blessed enough to be back at home. I'm surrounded by my whole family. I have a sister who is, doing online classes at LSU right now. My brother's a senior in high school, so he kind of, he had his last couple months of high school that he's having to do online now. But, I never imagined that I would get to spend this much time with him. Not only am I home, he's also home and has a lot more free time, so I'm getting to see him.
But he's missing all his senior activities like prom and things like that.
Right. I know the thing that all the recognition of being a senior. That's sad, but I think he's starting to realize there's pros too, and being home, and I know his grades are going up, so I think he's the most excited about that.
So you've got your parents have a full nest. Y'all are all back home.
Full house.
Well, we've been following.
Is excited about that.
I'm sure. I think as empty nesters. We've all been excited, but I also know myself and even some of my closest friends, we have all hit those moments where it's like, okay, it's time for you to go back to school. My son has taken over my kitchen, so I'm now in my bathroom. I'm quarantined. I'm sheltered within my own home. For my space, and then there's the extra laundry, and then there's the who's parking their car where, who's clogging up the Wi-Fi, who gets the printer, what are we watching on TV? It's all this new strategy and negotiation. I will say the one thing that we had common ground on this weekend, and I'm getting off topic, but who cares, is we all sat down to watch that silly Tiger King show.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, but so things like that. I have enjoyed watching TV with family. Tess, we've been watching your governor. I know Governor Edwards is, the great people of Louisiana are going through so much and have. Tell us a little bit about the mood in general in Louisiana and how that feels for you.
We have spent, since I originally was coming home actually to judge our LSU dance team tryout. So I had a trip planned to come home, and that just ended up getting extended. So I'm staying here, but we haven't been in New Orleans. We've just kind of stayed. We've stayed in Baton Rouge. We've gone out to the farm. We've gone out on the boat to go fishing and stuff. But other than that, we've stayed in Baton Rouge, and I think we feel pretty isolated, and I think we're being hit hard for sure. Mm-hmm. So there's definitely anxiety about that because we're the only part of my family that's here in Baton Rouge. Everyone else is in New Orleans, and my dad's parents are in New Orleans, and I know they're being super, super careful, and of course they're older and they're staying home. They're not seeing anyone. They're not leaving whatsoever. And I think there's definitely a little bit of fear and a little bit of background anxiety with all of that, as I'm sure everyone's feeling. But we've been checking the news updates every day, and it's definitely scary to see the numbers in Louisiana and just how it's compared everywhere else. Compared to other parts of the country. It's definitely scary, but we've been trying to keep upbeat, and yesterday it almost felt like we weren't in quarantine because we had a little birthday party. My parents know how much I miss Dallas right now, and one of my favorite things about Dallas is the brunch scene that is not as popular here. That's a huge thing in Dallas. So they surprised me, and they told me I couldn't come out of my room, I couldn't come downstairs until around noon. They had set up this entire, so I felt like a princess up here, as you said, Kelly, quarantined in my own home. I was up here in the tower until I came down at noon, and they had set up a whole brunch spread. It was really sweet, and it made me feel really loved. It's the first time in about 4 years that I got to spend my birthday with my family and my whole family members, and it was really special, and it was really uplifting.
What types of food? I'm sorry to interrupt you, Tess. It's technology, not intent. What types of food does one have at a Baton Rouge brunch?
Yes. It was a Cajun brunch for sure. We had my mom, my dad has been catching, my dad and my brother, my sister's boyfriend have been going out and catching live crawfish. They've been catching them themselves. So, they don't even have to interact with anyone. They're going out to catch their own food, and they have had great success. Probably because they have so much time to go out there and spend, but we had about 90 pounds of crawfish. So not only did we have a crawfish boil, but my mom is starting to get super creative with ways to incorporate crawfish into every meal, including brunch. So she made we had some crawfish pies. We, of course, we had, avocado toast with some eggs and everything. And then for dinner, she did a big seafood seafood pasta sauce, which included redfish that we had caught and crawfish that we had caught. It's starting to feel like we're living off the land out here, for sure. But I was not lacking in great food, that's for sure.
Well, I'm a little jealous. I'm definitely not living off the land. I'm living off cans and frozen stuff. Hey, Judy, by the way, though, I did use for the first time ever an Instapot.
You did?
Yes, and Ryan and I made a pot roast with fresh onions and carrots and potatoes, and what would have taken 4 hours on slow or 8 hours, 4 hours on high on a crock pot or 4 hours on slow. It took 1 hour. It was cool.
And it was
I was
just
very
as
proud of
good.
myself. I thought so. Yeah. We did have a minor explosion. We did, Ryan got impatient and didn't do the slow version of depressurize. He did the quick release, and the quick release we didn't have. I didn't have the plastic cap on top of the steam thing, and it shot up like a volcano, and my entire, I have actually a little chandelier. I know that sounds kind of foo-foo, but it's not fancy, but I have a lighting fixture in my kitchen, and it just blue steam all the way up on every light bulb. Well, Tess, I'm glad you're with your family. I know we saw one of your videos that you were with horses.
Yes. So here we have a little bit of land. I guess what you would call a ranch. It's like a ranch with some marshland out here. And we have like 14 ponies out there. My grandfather used to breed racehorses and train racehorses out there. So some of them are retired racehorses, some of them are birthday pony horses. It's just kind of, a place for them to be, and after they've retired now. And
did you say a birthday pony?
Yes, a pony.
What's a birthday pony?
A pony that used to do birthday rides, at a birthday party pony. So she's retired. She's over there.
How much do you get for a birthday pony? I might could start jobbing sugar out for birthday parties.
Honestly.
She would be asleep. Nobody would want to pay money for her.
Yeah.
No. But therapy horses and. No,
that's amazing. Which is there any horse that is specifically yours? Like, this is my horse and I named it and I was there, when it was born, kind of thing.
There is one horse. Her name is Tess's Christmas. She was a racehorse. It had to do with, her parents, the father's name was something with Christmas, and she became Tess's Christmas. And she was a winner. But she's tall and fast and scary to ride. So I haven't ridden yet since I've been home. Most of them haven't been ridden in a long time, but I think just being out there and being around them, it's super therapeutic, and to feel like you're doing something for them because you have the time, and I'll spend all day out there with just one of them, and you don't have that normally. So that's been really rewarding for me, just to be out there.
Do you ride your horses with a saddle, or do you ride them bareback?
Oh, saddle. I can ride on a Western saddle. I wish. I mean, maybe I should. I could get in shape, get my legs in shape riding bareback. But I can ride an English saddle and a Western saddle. I used to compete with an English saddle. That's jumping, and I had the chaps and everything. That's when I was super young. But I think I prefer Western. You have the horn. It's a little bit easier.
For sure. I know y'all won't believe this, but I actually have ridden a horse bareback. But that was just in a small space in Lindale, and then I had to be cool in Lindale, you had to go on trail rides, so I had to, but no, that was with a saddle and a horn, and I hung onto that saddle horn like my life depended on it, because I love horses, but they scare me, they're so big, but I did what I had to do to fit in. Tess, I did see Coach O's message about how to sneeze and how to cough. And I've actually remembered that and reminded people in my household how they're supposed to sneeze and cough properly. But how's LSU? I know Coach O's responding, but is there anything in particular that LSU's kind of bringing to the support on this?
I still get the emails from LSU, just kind of like what they're doing as far as the sports department has been doing things similar to us, sending out workout videos and trying just to keep up the morale. I know Joe Burrow recently tweeted about how they were supposed to have their pro day and things that they're missing right now, just as in their athletic career. But if this would have happened at any other point, it really would have affected, of course, the football season and the season and the opportunities that a lot of these players are going to get going forward. So, although I'm sure it's hard for them, they had a great season, and I know as far as football goes, with the draft coming up, I know we have a lot of great prospects, and I'm sure they're just as excited, even though it's got to feel weird missing all these senior things and things they were preparing for. But we're all facing it together.
The players, since the draft is going to be virtual, maybe there's a small silver lining in that they will all be at their home with their families.
I thought about that too.
And get those phone calls with family members. So, sometimes I think it might be the way you approach it Well, we're glad to get to visit with you, Tess, and I know you've enjoyed getting to stay connected with your teammates through Zoom and workouts and group messages and things like that. How about we take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about what Kelly and Judy have been doing in quarantine, and then I'd like to finish up with a round robin of what you've learned and what you've found out about yourself during this time.
Okay, awesome.
I'm Jay Novacek, former tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. Back in the day, I was the guy who always got the tough yards, and that's why I run with John Deere today. In fact, I have a John Deere 3025E tractor that can handle any yard work I need to do, even the tough yards way out back. So if you have 1 acre or 1,000, John Deere has the equipment that's just right for you. Visit a John Deere dealer today and run with us. We are the official tractor provider of your Dallas Cowboys.
Essilor is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, helping fans see more and do more with our best vision solutions. Our lens technologies reveal a world more beautiful than you can imagine. For a limited time, get the Essilor Next Gen offer. When you buy the latest generation of Transitions lenses with select Essilor lenses, you can choose a second pair of clear lenses for free with qualifying frame purchases. Restrictions apply. Find a participating eye care professional by visiting EssilorUSA.com. Essilor. See more, do more.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
Your new apartment's big. Such a great deal.
It's okay.
Just okay? What's not to...
It's right above the subway!
Well, I bet you don't even notice it after the...
That's my neighbor, Angus!
A deal that's just okay is not okay. Get a great deal with America's Best Network. Come into an AT&T store to find out how to get one of our popular smartphones for $0 down. Based on GWS One score, September 2019.
Back to Just for Kicks.
We're back here at Just for Kicks. I'm Kelly Finglass. I'm joined by Judy Trammell and DCC Tess. And we thought we'd just kind of kick around a little bit what Kelly and Judy have been doing during this time of shelter and quarantine. So, Judy, what's been keeping you busy?
I got a Windex bottle and paper towels, and I think I wiped every window in my house because if I can't see out the window, I don't have anything to do, and I want to be able to have a clear view of the neighborhood. And what else have I done? I've cleaned out 4 drawers. I haven't done as well as you yet, but I've started. I've done all the drawers in my closet. I feel good about that. I'm not learning any new recipes, but I have learned to go to Sam's and buy pre-prepared meals that I can just stick in the oven for my sanity.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club of pre-prepared meals.
Stuffed peppers, chicken parmesan. I'm going to claim it all as mine, though. I should take pictures and post it and say, look what I cooked tonight.
Well, absolutely. That's the whole name of the game. No working woman in her right mind admits you got to go hide those foil pans and the packages and call that your own.
I don't have any crawfish, Tess, and I saw your video of you pulling off the heads, and good job. That's not happening over here in the Trammell house.
I thought I was quick, but I've had so much practice now, I can peel a crawfish faster than anything now.
One thing we've learned. One thing my husband and I have learned is how to use the Traeger. We smoked steaks last night. We've smoked pork chops. We've smoked pork roast, and that's been really fun because it's just a different way to cook. It's simple, and I really like that.
A friend of mine got a smoker that's actually if you plug it in, it's electric, and it's got little bitty wood chips, not the big.
Yeah, pellets.
Is that what you have? They look like little rabbit pellets.
Yes.
So how long would you do a steak on your smoker?
Okay, it's a reverse sear. I've got this down. You do it really low for an hour, and then you turn it up to 450 or 500, and you sear it with butter and spices on it for 4 to 5 minutes on each side, and they came out perfect. So it took about an hour and 20 minutes altogether. Now, a roast we do usually all day.
And now you're home to kind of babysit it. That's the difference.
Yeah. And we don't have grandkids that are making you not think about it. Like, we can actually focus on it.
Right. And you're making me starving right now thinking about it.
It's really good. If you don't have a smoker, that's probably a good investment. Ryan would love it.
I wanted him to go look at a smoker with me, but we've been doing steaks on a cast iron skillet, and he's like really good at it. He's really gotten good at it. So I'm giving up on that. I'm going to let that be his territory. My grill is broken, and I've been waiting for a repairman to fix it since 6 months ago. So that's out of commission right now. And then, like I told you, I tried my first Instapot and did a pot roast. So that part's good. I have been cooking a little, but I've been still cleaning. You know, I like to clean. I like to organize. So, Judy, I've got some pictures that I sent you. I don't know if you've seen them yet, but you know how I'm always losing and stealing your reading glasses?
Yes.
Well, guess what? In my clean out, I have, and this is not even a deep clean. This is just a basic around the house and in the purses. I have 23 pair of reading glasses.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. I have 23
I bet some of those are mine.
Probably. I have 23 pair of reading glasses, and my favorite is that new LED. I'm telling you what, I don't know what we were doing before with these LED reading glasses. They are great when you have to look at packages and things in the dark. Fashion-wise, my favorite are my peepers, but I have a huge collection of reading glasses, so I was glad.
Wow.
Although, Judy, I've got a new strategy, and Tess, this won't mean anything to you until years from now, but you know how you're always going around the house and you can't find your reading glasses? Well, now I'm putting where I need them. So, like, I have a pair of reading glasses sitting on top of my thermostat in my house, and I have a pair of reading glasses sitting near the clock. And I now have strategically located reading glasses all over my house because I'm tired of chasing them. Hey, I found a letter from George W. Bush from 2007, and he wrote us a thank you letter for the cheerleaders visiting Kuwait and Iraq on a USO tour. And I mean, it is on White House stationery. It was so, yeah, I've got it up. I'll send you, I don't know if our technology's allowing it, Tess, but I've got
What
the
year
picture
was
of it.
that?
2007. And then
I might have been on that tour to Kuwait.
Were you?
I did too, as staff.
I thought, well, you may have been. And then speaking of tours, I found the coolest thing, y'all, and I'm gonna explain this the best way I can. I found a certificate that was given to us in 1986. And look at this, I can't find my reading glasses. Okay, here come my LEDs. It's from the realm of the Arctic Circle, and the Navy acknowledges their service members when they cross lines. It's line crossing ceremonies, like if they cross the equator or cross into the Arctic Circle. And we happened to be going into Greenland. We were in Thule, Greenland, which is the northernmost part of the world. And we actually were flying with the Air Force, and they do a thing called a blue nose ceremony, and it's a fraternity of sorts where you paint your nose blue when you have officially crossed the Arctic Circle. And I found our certificate, and I found our pictures where we got our nose painted blue in the middle of the air as we crossed the Arctic Circle by the squadron that we were flying with. And then we thought, well, shucks, let's just do the show should we take it off or do our show this way? And we opened the show in our Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders uniforms.
No way.
With the entire troop with a painted blue nose. It was so funny. I had forgotten about it, But when I started doing my research on how few people have we crossed the Arctic Circle when we were going from Iceland to Greenland. But when I realized how few people have done that in the world, and what a small fraternity of sorts of people that can say they are a part of the realm of the Arctic Circle or a part of the Knights of the Blue Nose, I was pretty excited. And you can look it up on Google. It's there. It's real. So
that's awesome.
I know.
I can't believe y'all did a show with the Blue Nose.
Well, yeah, Judy. We did. Can you believe you probably? Well, yeah, you would have. You would have done it.
I would have if everyone else did.
No, and we questioned it, but you can see the picture where we're getting our noses painted by the squadron, and then we did the show, and they went crazy when we came out with blue noses. It was fun. That's
hysterical.
And then my last find, one of my favorite finds, is I found a beautiful little picture that Samantha had drawn on her first day of kindergarten, and it was very colorful, and she was right inside the lines, which is what her kindergarten teacher, Mr. Creel, had told me about her as a student. And it made me send a message to Mr. Creel, my daughter and my son's kindergarten teacher, about how much he has meant to us and our lives. And, if I can use just this second to give a shout out to teachers, I don't know if teachers realize how much they mean to the parents as well, and how much they affect not only the children that they teach, but their parents. And so, we have cheerleaders that are teachers, and now I know there are so many parents that are doing school at home, and I always have had such respect for teachers, and I just wish we were able to tell them that more, because here I am, gosh, how many years would that have been? 16 years later, and I'm just cherishing the things and the teacher that was my child's first impression and first introduction into education. So big cheers to teachers. I know Taylor's doing online classes with her kids right now. I have a lot of friends that are teachers, and they're really kind of breaking down emotionally. They miss their kids, and that means so much to me as a parent, that our children mean that much to teachers.
Right, and they are having to go over time to do these lessons. You change your whole way of thinking, change your lesson plans, and doing it online, and that's hard to not have that interaction with the kids. But
how is Cassie handling all the kid? She's always been great at staying calm under pressure, but these are extraordinary circumstances.
They are, and I think she's just now starting to wish they could go away. I know that I saw that she posted something about grandmothers. All of you grandmothers that are griping that you can't see your grandkids, we'll give them to you for a month when this is over. And I thought, I don't really want them for a month, but I do want to see them.
Is Cassie about to release her quick valve on her own Instapot?
She is. Actually, they rented a cabin in Oklahoma, Broken Bow, and they left today, but when they got in their car wouldn't start, and they had to switch cars, figures. But they are taking a little trip, just the four of them, to get away from it all, because they've been really working hard on homeschooling and trying to do projects and crafting. And Colin is the one that got us into the smoker, so he cooks constantly, and everybody.
I knew Colin did the smoker, but you have a smoker at your house too now?
Yes, that's he's been giving us lessons.
I may have to get a smoker, but I'm going to figure out this Instapot thing first. Tess, since you're back at home, have you rediscovered your childhood bedroom, or found things that you're like you'd forgotten?
Oh my gosh, I'm back in my room. The room that I went to high school in, and it's kind of a weird feeling, but I'm also with my sister and my brother, and I'm starting to feel like a kid. I have to watch. I have to watch what I say when I come downstairs, because sometimes I'm singing or I'm talking loud, and Rhett, my brother, is downstairs in a class in school, and he'll give me a look, and they can hear me singing in the background. Just little adjustments that we're making, kind of with all of us here. And my sister's studying interior design. She's been working on a lot of projects too, so kind of getting into a routine with everyone going to school still from home. And I have so much respect for, the parents who have young kids and it's keeping them in their own classroom and keeping their participation up in separate rooms and everything. It's crazy, but we're also, so blessed with the technology that we have. I know you were talking about what we've been doing as a team. I know tomorrow night we've been keeping up our Bible study.
Good.
Listening to a fear and anxiety kind of series that we're going through. And kind of, we'll listen to it during the week. Then we meet up on Tuesday on Zoom and kind of talk through, what notes we've taken or, feelings we have about that. And that's been something I've been looking forward to each week. It's something to listen to, reflect on during the week, and then come together. And it's a chance to catch up with everyone, get a little mental check on everyone. That's been really nice.
Did you do Aaron's online Pilates class? I don't remember.
It was
you
great.
did? Was that fun?
Yes.
Did you? Good. It looked like everybody was enjoying it and sweating, and
it was so
fun to
funny
get together.
You can the screen was set so I could only see Aaron, but then when I clicked out of us to see all 32 of us kind of lifting weights and doing the same motion, it's just hilarious, but so much fun. Everyone was concentrating and focusing. No one's looking at each other, but to see everyone doing the same thing on little screens. So it's just fun.
That is funny. On our online prep class, I was watching when you're talking about somebody walking in the room, one of the girls didn't have her mute button on, and I had to call her out because somebody in the room was talking about things they shouldn't be talking about. And I had to say, so-and-so, you need to mute your phone.
Oh, no.
It's hysterical.
I heard Ryan was doing an online class, and I heard this man's voice, and it was his professor, and I thought, is he just talking to Ryan, or is he doing a whole class? And he was asking him about how'd you pay for college and financing and all these very specifics about, scholarship or my parents. And then I realized it was Ryan's finance professor, and it was a one-on-one for extra credit. And I went in the background and said, hi.
Oh, no.
And yes, I did. I couldn't help it. And I said, thank you for teaching him this, because he was teaching him about how much college really costs and, how much parents really pay. And I was like, thank you for teaching him this. And I got the biggest kick under the table. Ryan was dying. But I was really impressed that he was on a one-on-one with a college professor. And it was cool. It was really cool. Okay, well, how about we take a break, and when we come back, let's do a round robin of what we've learned that we kind of, or what's annoyed us or what's enlightened us. Just kind of a round robin of fill in the blank. This is what I've learned while I'm sheltered. When we come back.
Okay.
Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Want to show your Texas and team pride too? You can. By purchasing your own Stetson, you can look just like how the flag guys do on field at every home game. Stetson hats, the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys, and your favorite football team. Get yours today in the Stadium Pro Shop or at Stetson.com.
Your new apartment's big. Such a great deal.
It's okay.
Just okay? What's not to...
It's right above the subway!
Well, I bet you don't even notice it after the...
That's my neighbor, Angus!
A deal that's just okay is not okay. Get a great deal with America's best network. Come into an AT&T store to find out how to get one of our popular smartphones for $0 down. Based on GWS 1 score, September 2019.
Essilor is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, helping fans see more and do more with our best vision solutions. Our lens technologies reveal a world more beautiful than you can imagine. For a limited time, get the Essilor Next Gen offer. When you buy the latest generation of Transitions lenses with select Essilor lenses, you can choose a second pair of clear lenses for free with qualifying frame purchases. Restrictions apply. Find a participating eye care professional by visiting EssilorUSA.com. Essilor. See more, do more.
So, you're shopping, and that's when you see it. Aisle 23. Dr. Pepper stacked from top to bottom as far as the eye can see. The phrase too good to be true comes to mind, yet there it is. A rich, delicious Dr. Pepper paradise. Wait, did that can of Dr. Pepper just open itself for you? They all are. As if to say, so nice to treat you. And even though it feels weird to talk to a can, you pick one up and say, it's so nice to be treated. Dr. Pepper, so nice to treat you.
Back to Just for Kicks.
We're back here on Just for Kicks, and I am joined by Judy Trammell and DCC Tess. And what we thought we'd do now is just kind of a quick round robin of what we've learned, what we like, what we don't like, just what this sheltering has caused us to in our awareness. So, Judy, I'm going to start, and then you and Tess, y'all just kind of keep it rolling. I know one thing, and today's the first day I've had it on, but I hate makeup. I've loved not having makeup.
I can't put makeup on anymore. It just looks foreign. It doesn't go on the same. And Tess probably hasn't had to put any on because she's still got young skin.
Oh, no. I had trouble putting on these lashes today, though. It's been a while. But lashes on a webcam can go a long way.
Speaking of lashes, y'all, I did it again. Oops, I did it again. I'm going to have to do another song. I ordered off Amazon, I ordered magnetic lashes. So maybe we'll try. Yes, I did. Maybe we'll try that next week. Let's see. The next thing I put was photos make me cry. I have just really delayed my cleaning out on every picture. It just makes me cry when y'all look at old photos. Are y'all finding those?
I haven't gone through photos yet, but I have went to the attic and brought down Easter decorations because that's important to me and it makes me happy, and it really made me sad to putting my house is full of bunnies. Bunnies
I saw
everywhere.
your pictures of your happy little Easter tables. I know tables are your
Whether
specialty, and they're
anyone
beautiful.
will see it or not, it's okay. It makes me happy, and I know that I've FaceTimed my grandkids, and they every time I FaceTime them, they ask me to walk through the house and show me the bunnies.
Oh, so. See, that makes it worth it alone.
Yeah.
I also, in cleaning out, had the pleasure of going through mail, and I think junk mail should be illegal. I am so tired of the packages of coupons and the promos card. I mean, it just clutters my mailbox. I think junk mail should be illegal.
It should, but I'm really fast about cleaning it out. And I bring in a stack of mail, and I can go through that junk. I don't look at it. Put it in the trash.
Well, I'm not
it's a
fast.
waste of paper.
I was just opening up Christmas cards. In fact, I opened about...
Kelly.
I promise you. Here's former DCC Dana Kilmer's Christmas card I've opened.
No.
College graduate. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. What else did we talked about the wine bottles and the boots. I've almost got a full collection in my closet now. My boots are all standing up pretty with wine bottles. Oh, guess what? Here's a positive. Fingernails. No fingernails are easier to type with. Have y'all noticed that?
Mine are still hanging. Mine are hanging on.
Mine are not.
No, mine are pretty good. I'm excited about
this
that.
This was funny when I wrote it, but it's not funny anymore. I said gray hair makes you look old. Duh. And then
Have
I wrote,
you found a kit yet? Have you colored
I have
yet?
this. No, I'm not. But here's something Kelly would never do. I watched a blow dry video the other day to see how to blow out a bang. So if you're just
your hair looks
good. Wow, Kelly's bangs look rocking. It's because I watched a tutorial.
This is the first time I've seen you without the squirrel in 3 weeks.
We're going to have a special appearance. Next week, we're having a special appearance of my wiglet collection because, like my reading glasses, I have found an assortment in my house.
Well, I went online to order one because I thought maybe I'll try it. But there's big ones and small ones. Which do you get?
Well, that's a loaded question there, Judy. I like the larger ones. That's the one I used to buy from Ulta. And I think I told you this. They got rid of my color. They had blonde and they had a dark brown and a gray, but they got rid of my chestnut/auburn. So then when I went online to order them, the color choice I had was donkey brown. And I didn't like donkey brown in the bigger, fluffier ones, so I got some smaller ones. But to answer your question is, I don't like the little ones, but actually there's a trick. You can stack them. You can do 2 littles and equal 1. But it's a good updo during quarantine. I'm telling you, it's a good updo.
Then next week you're going to have to bring your collection, but you're going to have to put them on and show us how they look with none, 1 or 2.
Okay, I'll take that
colors.
challenge. I'll take that challenge. You and Tess don't have that problem. Y'all still have just this huge, fabulous locks of hair, and somehow.
No, but I have discovered if you're on video, you only have to do the front. You don't even have to worry about the back. Like, it's straight. I didn't even touch it. Just worry about the front, and that's all anyone sees. And then it goes into ponytail as soon as I click off.
And I love you with your ponytail updo.
It's okay. So I'm going to try a squirrel at some point. I went to order one, and it said they are low on inventory. I don't know how long it'll take. And I thought,
I'm telling you, they're a hot item on Instagram, and I don't like ordering on Instagram. So then I look at the brand. I'm on a hunt for the one from Ulta in my color, but I refuse to buy a donkey brown wiglet on Instagram. So yes, we'll do that collection next week. Tess, how about you? Have you learned anything about yourself? Judy and I talked earlier about the sounds of other people's phones. The rings on other people's phones are driving me crazy.
Me
Honestly,
too.
I think the hardest part is getting dressed. To actually change my clothes from what I was wearing 2 days before was hard.
Well, you have to get in the shower.
I know. No, I'm showering. But I have found that I have a lot more time, and I found the collection of books that I bought thinking I would read them at some point. They were still in my room. They didn't even make it to Dallas. But I started reading again, and when you have so much time just to read leisurely and read as much as you want, that has been just a highlight for me. I'm reading a book. It's called 5 Presidents, and I don't know if you have heard of it, but it's written by Clint Hill, and he was in the Secret Service during 5 different presidents, and he was actually it's great. It's written from his perspective, and it starts at the very beginning, of his life and how he got into the Secret Service, and then he was actually with Kennedy, with JFK during his entire term, and then his assassination. He was there in the car. So I haven't gotten to his part yet, but it's fascinating, and I didn't think I'd be one to like nonfiction books, but I've been enjoying it. So this is it.
That's great.
So finding old books.
5 presidents?
5 presidents, yep.
Wow.
Eisenhower,
That's amazing.
John F. Kennedy, Lyndon Johnson, Richard Nixon, and Gerald Ford. So
wow, that is crazy.
I'll send you, speaking of presidents, I'll send you guys the letter that I found from George W. It was super cool. Really, really cool.
That's beautiful.
Well, Judy, did we have any questions for Tess from our pod pals before we say goodbye? Do we?
We sure do. And I know that one of them was, Tess, what is your favorite memory so far as a DCC?
Okay, I think everyone is probably going to say this, but especially from this past season, my favorite memory is dancing with Queen. I mean, that was overall an unbelievable experience. Just from the beginning, from when I'll never forget Kelly announcing it on the field after practice. We had no idea where she was going with this announcement, what she was possibly telling us in the summer, and she was giddy. I mean, she was bouncing. She was so excited, like couldn't hold it back any longer. Then, oh man, that was great, and it was such a full circle for me, just because my family has listened and loved to follow Queen since since I started dancing. We've always loved Queen and had a special connection with them, their music. So that was unbelievable.
I remember, Tess, you saying your dad, when he drove y'all to school, he played Queen music, and maybe it was his truck, but you said that's what y'all listened to going to school?
He had an alert on his truck radio that if Queen came on any station, it would say, Queen is playing on this station.
No way.
So he could switch. Oh, yeah. It was... Oh, I wonder if he'd be embarrassed that I said that, but
it's okay. Hey, we've all embarrassed our whole households on this podcast. It doesn't matter anymore.
You want to know my most embarrassing moment of my dad driving us to school. And most people would think it was cool, but it was so embarrassing to me. He owned a Honda shop growing up, and he brought home a sidecar once. And he put my brother Jimmy on the back of his motorcycle and Jan and I in the sidecar and drove us to school. And I died. I laid down on the floorboard of that sidecar so nobody would see me. I don't know why things like that embarrass me.
Because deep in your core, Judy, that people don't realize, you really don't like attention drawn to you. And so that puts you in a very uncomfortable
it was horrible
place. That's
He
funny.
probably honked the horn, too. I don't know.
Gosh,
oh, that's
you're
great.
going to find photos of that.
I don't know if there are any. If there is any, it would be slides, but I'd have to ask my mom if she could find the slides. Tess, the second other biggest question people are asking you is, are you auditioning again?
Okay, I guess I can make an official announcement that yes.
Oh, are we not supposed to?
Oh, I don't know.
Too late. Asked.
Too late. Cat's out the bag. I am auditioning for my 5th season with the Cowboys, so I know it's going to be definitely a different experience after 4 years of kind of knowing what to expect. It's kind of, we'll take it day by day, week by week, month by month, really, and see how, how final rounds of auditions will go, but I'm excited for a little bit of a change.
Tess, if you were, 27 minus 4, 23-ish, Tess, and trying out for your first year, post Golden Girls, what would you have thought about submitting online? Because this is a whole new world for all of us. What do you think that does to the mindset of the people that are wanting to try out this year?
I think there's 2 types of people, and some would much prefer to be able to perfect a video and submit it and have the time, be able to do it on your own. I think for me, just initial answer when you ask me that is, I still think the nerves and just the energy of being live I would probably prefer as a performer. You feed off of the judges and the crowd and just the atmosphere, and I think
it's energizing.
Would perform.
Yeah.
Right. You pull from that, and that's what we're used to performing versus just recording yourself. But I see the pros and cons. You can't mess up if you can redo it and perfect it, and I'm not sure what I would prefer. Initially I would say live, but
because you feed off a crowd.
Right.
Yeah, you feed off of people.
Right.
But you're also coming from huge LSU, Golden Girls, just such a big, large stage anyway. And some people maybe, I know when we asked Lexi this last week, she said she would have loved it. So it, hopefully everybody will be able to turn it into a positive. I think we will have more people submit audition videos this way. We're working on the technology to make this happen, and our plans are to open up those online submissions on May 2nd.
And we've been having the online prep classes so far and had lots of people on those. And at the beginning of it, we opened it up with a question and answer session. And I think that's been really helpful for the candidates to hear what we're expecting. And it's been fun and interesting. Those are Friday nights for 7.
Sorry, Judy.
Sorry. Friday nights at 7. Go on our website and it'll show how to sign up for prep classes.
How about a last question, Judy, for Tess, and then we'll call this a wrap.
Sorry, okay.
No more?
Nope.
Okay. Well, then in that case, y'all, it's been great. We finally got to visit. It took us a while to get all of our technology together, but, I'm sure people do realize, but we're not. Normally, we, Judy, Kelly, and Tess, aren't professional broadcasters, so we really don't know what we're doing, but we are in 3 very different parts of the region right now, and we're all working from phones and computers and Wi-Fi and cables and earphones and all this stuff. So we're doing the best we can, but we hope everybody enjoyed Just for Kicks today, and we will see everybody back here next week. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Tess.
Thank you so much for having me. This really brightened my day. A good birthday present, too.
Good. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?